morning, Mark's Conte reporting. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Mark's Conte reporting. Whoa, some breaking news in this story. I think people are very interested in this in the story of Kyle Rittenhouse, the alleged shooter from Wisconsin, from Illinois, wherever the hell he's from. Very interesting breaking story, breaking news. L. Lynn Wood, the attorney, the very powerful, influential attorney. You've heard his name as representative of Nick Sandmann, the Covington Catholic school alleged racist. Lynn Wood, that was the best thing that could have happened to him. So I'm going to go through all the details. There's new details coming out, very specific details. One of the biggest details that I realize, and people have pointed out to me, that I failed to talk about is the ballistics. Right? They know who shot. They've got all the guns, right? They've got the kid's gun. They've got Kyle Rittenhouse's gun. So if Kyle Rittenhouse, in fact, shot and hit people, and those bullets are lodged inside bodies, they would absolutely know. So I think the argument was, did Kyle Rittenhouse shoot the first kid, shoot the guy allegedly in the head? And that's not actually, that the evidence now suggests that that's not what killed him. But the ballistics, that's what I wanted to mention, that's kind of an inescapable fact. If you have a gun and you fired at somebody and that bullet from that gun lodges in somebody's head, once they pull the bullet out of the guy's head or out of his arm or up his ass, wherever, they take that bullet and they know exactly who shot it. But that doesn't prove guilt or innocence. That doesn't prove homicide versus self-defense. It only proves that somebody shot somebody else. So that's what we're gonna dive into. Let's dive in. But before we do that, other stupid stories as well. Kindly become Patreon of this channel, MarcusConte.com. You just head over there. It's spelt as it sounds, MarcusConte.com. And got every day's videos. I got the archives up here. Any deleted videos from YouTube end up on BitChute. You just click over here, and you can see all the hot videos that YouTube despises. And here's the tip jar. That's through PayPal and or Patreon. You could be an ongoing helper, ongoing supporter, ongoing contributor through monthly Patreon. So thank you all for joining me. Come on in. The water's warm. So thank you also for joining me late. And so let's see. Before we do that, look at this stupid story. Look at this ridiculous story. Fake elections are coming. November 3rd. Excuse me. The executive. Hold on a second. The big election, the big fake election between Donald J. Trump and the dead guy, Joe Biden, the half-dead guy, Joe Biden, a walking corpse, will be on November 3rd. We're supposed to comfortably pick the next president of the United States. So this is very interesting. You can cast your vote, 2020 vote, at Madison Square Garden starting October 24th. So the end of October, Madison Square Garden is going to open the door, instead of playing sports, to some 60,000 eligible Manhattan voters, making the largest polling site in the city, according to a press release. So Madison Square Garden, which has been dark since March due to the pandemic, has found a new use, Election Day polling site. Oh, wow, you feel good about that. You feel good about going to the polls and casting your vote. You feel like, oh, it's the American way, but nobody fucking cares about your vote. It's not counted. It's rigged. It's thrown in the garbage. It's commingled. It's gerrymandered. It's forgotten. It's provisionalized. Every goddamn excuse to not count your ballot. So it's simply just thrown in the garbage, right? And but nonetheless, Madison Square Garden is excited to support our community by partnering with New York City Board of Elections. So Those are some of the most corrupt motherfuckers on earth. The New York City Board of Elections, that was that guy, Mark Ryan. You remember that clown? That was the guy that took 200,000 ballots in 2016. 200,000 registered voters, not ballots, but registered voters, and purged them off the vote. So that could be a spectacle. I hope I'm still here to see it. Maybe we'll go stand outside and try to do a little exit polling. Wow, 60,000 potential voters at Madison Square Garden. So hopefully, hopefully I'm still here. Well, anyway, it's an interesting story. So Camilla Harris. Oh, you want to see something disgusting, man? Hold on one second. Check this shit out. So, New York City. The New York City fake police is still handing out these masks, right? They hand out masks on the corner. So if you ever want a mask, I'm going to save this one as a souvenir. But this is the mask. This is the mask right here that the people, the people on the corner, right? We have these bogus kind of security guards. They're not security guards. They're school enforcement agents. Since there's no school, they have all these enforcement agents. They don't fire anybody. They don't lay anybody off. They just let them. They stand in front of the subway and they in full uniform, full police uniform, no gun, but they're peace officers. They can beat people down. But it is interesting. This is one of the masks. I've never seen this one before, and it says KN95 on it. Right. Now, I put this thing on for a second. Right? I had this motherfucker on for a minute, right? And this is the most, listen, first of all, you can hear how my voice changes. It's like wearing a diaper. It's a total fucking muzzle. Right? But even like 2 breaths in, 2 or 3 breaths in, you can't fucking breathe. I don't understand how people could sit on the subway and wear this thing. Right? If you're going to go into surgery, that's one thing. But this is obscene, man. This is a fucking obscene, right? I would say, listen, you know what? If anybody gets any upper respiratory ailments other than COVID-19, anything that could be diagnosed other than COVID-19, I would take a good fucking lawyer and I'd take this mask and I'd start a lawsuit against the city of New York for handing those things out, because that is detrimental to your health, as we shall see as time goes on. So Camilla Harris promises national mask mandate if elected. I think we've heard this before, but the Post is reporting it again yesterday. Camilla Harris said it on Friday, right? So today's Saturday, as a nationwide mask mandate would be among the first orders of business. Camilla Harris calls wearing a mask business, right? Not legalize marijuana, not de-escalate the military, budget, not reform, reform the police, or criminal justice reform, which is a better way to explain it. Not defunding the police. That's not really the answer. It's criminal justice reform, meaning that you treat the criminals, the real criminals, like the bankers and the corrupt politicians, as the criminals, and not somebody who gets busted for $5 worth of pot, or jumping over the turnstile, or stealing a sandwich because he's hungry. Those are not the criminals. Criminal justice reform is important, right? Lock up the bankers, let the fucking petty criminals, go. That's how I feel. People may disagree with that you can't have a junkie, you can't have someone smoking pot on the street or taking drugs on the street or sitting on a bench. You can't have that. You just can't have that, right? And you got to lock these people up. But a banker could steal $1 billion and there's no problem with that. So I say, what's up in the chat? That's what I say. What's up, Vinny DiMartini on the chat? Pat Hacker, good morning. Devo Canivo. Devo Canivo. Is that a spin from Evil Knievel? George's son, we will never, ever know. We will never know who George is. Bebop is in the house. David Bros. What's up? Chris Milk is here. Angel Daniels and David Bros. I said your name twice. Quantum Epic. JB. That lone voice. Thank you all for not being dicks in the chat, and Vinny and I will be happy not to shut you down. Simple as that. So this shit is dope, man. This is crazy shit, man. The mandating a diaper on your face, mandatory. Yes, Camilla Harris, 55, said when she asked if that would be one of her first actions in power during an interview. It's a standard. I mean, nobody's going to be punished, Harris continues, when asked how it would be enforced. No one's going to be punished. All right. Nobody likes to wear a mask. This is a universal feeling, right? So that's not the point, she said. Well, what is the point? A mandate means you better do it or we'll disgrace you or we'll bring up criminal charges. We'll bring charges or violations against you for not wearing the stupid mask. So it's ridiculous, right? One of the first priorities is make everybody wear a mask, but there's no consequence to not wearing the mask. That's good. That's good stuff right there. That's a good indication of how Harris and Biden will be leading by just throwing out bogus rules, and then if nobody follows them, even if they're detrimental to your health, then there'll be no consequence. The point is, this is what we as responsible people who love our neighborhood, we have to do do that right now. God willing, it won't be forever. The CDC recommends mask wearing in public when you are unable to stay 6 feet away from others so as to stop the spread of the disease. I don't know, I still see people walking out by themselves, walking out in the park by themselves, wearing these just like this gas mask, right? That's just shit on your face, man. It's sick, man. That's a good story. Listen to this, man. Mitch McConnell, who we all know and love, hires Nick Sandmann. Nick Sandmann, enter Sandmann. Oh, since the Sandmann. Covington teen Nick Sandmann is hired by Mitch McConnell. You talk about a career. You talk about a rising star. He's going to be in politics, right? Why not, man? Why not? What a great resume piece. Listen to this. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's campaign has hired a Kentucky teenager known for his viral encounter with a Native American man at the Lincoln Monument last year. Nick Sandmann landed a paid position as grassroots director for McConnell's re-election efforts in Kentucky. The only tragedy for Nick Sandmann is if Mitch McConnell doesn't get reelected. That would be fucked up, right? So Mitch McConnell is getting more out of this deal than Nick Sandmann, I think. So Nick Sandmann landed a paid position as grassroots director for Mitch McConnell. That's a big deal. That's a big deal for the newly vetted Nick Sandmann, the newly vetted 100 billionaire who sued Washington Post and CNN, and clearly has a good, based on his video presentation at the RNC, has a wonderful presentation, wonderful delivery. We would definitely like to see Nick Sandmann running for some kind of office down the line. Now, he's only 19 or 20. He's a young man, right? I don't think he would clearly be the youngest senator, he couldn't be Senate. Senate has to be, I think, 30. Correct me if I'm wrong, but certainly he would be the youngest congressman ever. Maybe run at age 22. Maybe try to upseat McConnell. So Nick Sandmann has this gig. Sandmann started his new role this month, and McConnell campaign manager Kevin Golden said, "We're excited to have him on board." As grassroots director, Sandmann will assist in developing field operations and building coalitions. Quote, along with our already strong team, his efforts to bring people together across Kentucky will be critical to Senator McConnell's victory this November. It might be his only fucking chance of winning, bringing in some young blood. Right? Nick Sandmann is worth a lot of money because his notoriety is fucking huge. 25 for Congress, says the lone voice. Okay, I believe you. 25 for Congress. So he's got a couple of years. He's got to season himself, right? And what better way to season yourself than working alongside as a lead campaign manager? That means he's going to be on the phone. He's going to be on conference calls with McConnell. He's going to be in the mix. He's going to be down in D.C. Hey, listen, man, the guy's got he's got nothing else to do, right? He's got $100 million. He's a millionaire. He can get himself a little condo in D.C. and hang out with Mitch McConnell and give press talks. I love this shit, man. I love this. Go. Why don't you do a YouTube? Nick Sandmann, give me a call. We'll do a YouTube live every day till the election, in front of the Lincoln Monument, in the actual space where it happened, dressed exactly like you are, red tie and red hat. So I'm loving that shit, man. So, so let's just watch one more time, and this is what we know conclusively what happened because we have a video. So this is the story again of Kyle Rittenhouse, who goes to a rally in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He's from Illinois, jumps over the border, goes there. Now, there's all kinds of legal issues surrounding the fact that he's young. He was wielding a gun. Where's his daddy? Where's his mommy? There's evidence that his dad was close by in a business. So there's all kinds of speculation as to his guilt. All right, but let's talk about his innocence today. Let's talk about his inescapable innocence. Now, here he is running with a gun, looking over his back, and here's a punk that swipes him in the head. He doesn't turn and fire on the kid. He just lets it go until he falls down. He gets pushed down. The kid's ready to and that's the first one. He shoots the kid, and that's another interesting fact. You see, the first kid. We'll just talk about it for 1 second, right? So this kid, he backs off. Boom! The kid tries to land on him. He shoots him. This guy, right? This black dude. That was an act of God that the bullet didn't hit him in the face, because there he is. He's ready to jump him. He shoots and obviously misses. Right? He misses that black dude right in the face. But here's the other kid. Boom! There's the skateboard. He whacks the kid in the head. He whacks Kyle Rittenhouse in the head with the skateboard. You want to watch it again? Evidence, right? Attack. Boom, right there. There's the skateboard. Hit him in the head. Kyle turns and shoots, puts a bullet right in his side. Here's another one. Boom, the guy's got a Glock 9mm in his hand. Other videos suggest it. So he fired on only people who attacked him. What about this guy over here with the bat? What about this guy over here with a fucking bat, a stick over here, right? There he is with a stick. Who is this punk? Why don't you shoot him? Why don't you point at him? You're within your rights to point at him. Guy's got a bat and he's chasing you. Right? Again, this is what we know, right? And then the shots fired out as he's walking away. Apparently, shots are fired. I don't think shots were fired on him. There was a line of police over here firing in a different direction. So nobody, I don't know if anybody fired on Rittenhouse. And there he goes. He walks peaceably away. He approaches the police with his hands up like a good American citizen. He could have went one step further and put the gun down, but not with people chasing you, right? So that's what happened. We know that's what happened, right? So lawyer of alleged Kenosha shooter, Kyle Rittenhouse, claims self-defense as videos emerge, right? There's plenty of video out there, right? But I want to get on the record that Rittenhouse's lawyers say video evidence proves Kenosha shootings were act of self-defense. All right. So a couple of days ago, we reported that conservative attorney Lynn Wood, this is big. This is big. This is what I had said all along. If this kid gets the big attorney, gets the big lawyer, he's going to skate. He's going to get out of this, right? And what better lawyer than is hot off the press than Lynn Wood, who just secured Covington kid Nick Sandmann $100 million settlement against the very powerful CNN and even probably the more powerful Washington Post. So it's like jackpot, right? This kid could not only walk away, but politicians are also lining up to smear him. So every time one of those idiots smears him, every time one of the fake press runs a hit piece on Kyle Rittenhouse, the damages are going to escalate. But he's still at this time being held without bail, without bond, in the state of Wisconsin, right? Juvenile Wisconsin, because his attorneys, I think, actually requested it, that he could speak with his attorneys, these new guys, Lynn Wood, prior to being extradited back to Illinois. So let's find out what we know. Right? There's a lot of details here, so let's get with it. Let's get with it. Is everybody here? Oh, we've got people. Good morning, everybody. So we're talking about some preliminary stories. Now we're going to jump into the meat and potatoes. So as the lawyer goes about shaping and implementing his legal strategies, Wood told reporters that he plans to argue his client acted in self-defense during the fatal shootings. Okay, so we know that, innocent. Wood, who is based in Atlanta, but will be arguing the case in Wisconsin. This is great. This is confirmed, I hope. Where his client is set to be extradited, told reporters that video footage of the altercation would vindicate Rittenhouse. He also slammed the mainstream media for spreading misinformation about his client. So that's what Lynn does well. He's not only going to build a criminal defense for Rittenhouse, but he's also going to build a defamation smear campaign against the media as they report it wrongly, as they egregiously report it, for their own gain, and politicians. You're going to see some, who's this Presley lady? Look at this. Anaya Presley. This is the response, but this is what she said. Listen to this fucking bullshit, right? Anaya Presley, one of the four, Ocasio-Cortez and the other three, right? Whoever they are, right? Ilhan Omar, a 17-year-old. This is how she's reporting it. When did she say this? On August 26th, right out of the gate, right out of the motherfucking gate. Anaya Presley said, Congresswoman Presley said, a 17-year-old white supremacist domestic terrorist drove across state lines armed with an AR-15. He shot and killed two people who had assembled to affirm the value, dignity, and worth of black lives. Fix your damn headlines, she says. Now this went out to 111 retweets, 111,000 retweets, and 394,000 likes. How many subscribers does Anaya Presley have? 721,000 followers. This went out to 750,000 people and 16,000 followers. Thank you, Anaya Presley. That right there, my friends, is defamation of character. That is slander, defamation, right? Where, how do you get off calling the guy, firstly, a white supremacist, secondly, a terrorist, a fucking terrorist? You put his life in danger when you call him a terrorist with these kooks on the left who then want to kill him. Now he's going to get death threats. Now his life is in danger, in and out of juvenile detention. I hope they can get him out on a high bail. So anyway, so there's the smear campaign running. An Illinois judge on Friday postponed Rittenhouse's extradition to Wisconsin so the 17-year-old defendant and his family could arrange for a private legal team. He didn't appear during Friday's virtual bond hearing, where it was decided he would be held without bond. It was decided. By who? As Reuters pointed out, the criminal complaint filed against Rittenhouse cites as evidence several video recordings by witnesses, including one where Rittenhouse can be heard calling a friend and telling them, "I just killed somebody." So the idea that Rittenhouse didn't kill the guy is becoming less of a possibility. Right? It's becoming less of a, did he shoot him? Yeah, he says it in his own words. I killed somebody, right? But that doesn't mean you murdered him. It means that, as you'll see, the kid tried to grab the nozzle of the gun, tried to pull the gun away from him. So that's grounds to shoot the guy, right? You back off. Back the fuck off. And you try to take my gun from me and I kill you. So if you don't want to get shot, back off. So coincidentally, as Reuters points out, the criminal complaint filed against Rittenhouse cites as evidence several videos. I just said that. Coincidentally, Rittenhouse spoke to a reporter earlier in the evening. We heard that. Go back to yesterday's video. And said he was there to help keep the peace and that he had brought a medical kit along with his AR-15. Wood won notoriety for his work representing Covington Catholic School student Nick Sandmann in his battle to seek compensation from the mainstream media outlets, including the Washington Post and CNN, that he argued defamed him. And he argued correctly. He won. Though this isn't a criminal defense lawyer, this is important, though he isn't a criminal defense lawyer, Wood has helped assemble a pro bono legal defense for Rittenhouse. So Wood is going to be the lead attorney, and don't be worried that since Lynn Wood isn't a criminal defense attorney, Rittenhouse is not going to get a proper defense. He will, because he just said it. They're spending the money. They think they can win this. So they're assembling a big team, right? So Lynn Wood fires back with Presley. He says, and Isle Presley just got condemned to the world of the block. She is no Elvis, Elvis Presley. And I am not a criminal defense lawyer, but I am going to see that I can do tomorrow to help Kyle Rittenhouse. If a private defense lawyer steps up to defend him, please notify me of his name or her name. So I'll go with the latter part of it and say that he clearly is the lead attorney, and they're going to assemble kind of a think tank to defend this guy. And that's really freaking good news, man. That is really good news for the Kyle. So good morning, everybody. Right? This is going to be a quickie video. Right? This will be a little short because I don't really have much past this. Thank you all for joining me, and let's see, man. This guy got a lot of people watching. Oh, I might just have to stay because there's so many people watching. It's a great subject, right? I'll vow to continue to follow the story, not because it's a lot of clicks and a lot of viewers. It's just that tells me that there is interest in this case. You know, there's a lot of you guys watching, a lot of people contributing. I don't get every detail right. I get the details as they unfold because I'm not in Wisconsin. I don't have no fucking crystal ball. I don't have no direct line to anybody at this point. Right? But we do know that the planets are now lining up for this kid. I think the next big move will be for Lynn Wood. Let's read about Lynn Wood. Here he is. So he's based in Atlanta, Georgia. He's best known for representing Richard Jewell. I'm just reading from WikiLeaks. The security guard accused of Sentinel Olympic Park bombing in Atlanta in 1996. Wood's representation of Jewell inspired Dan Rather to call him the attorney of the damned, and helped transform Wood from a personal injury lawyer to nationally known defamation lawyer. So this guy's been going at it since at least 1996, where he got his start. His career, libel and defamation of Richard Jewell. What else? Jewell, November 2006. Wood, on behalf of Ron Witherman. This really isn't that interesting, but here we go. So Wood was the lead attorney in Nicholas Sandmann's defamation lawsuit against the Washington Post. Sandmann, a student at Covington High School, was a party to the January 2019 lawsuit. All right, so there you have it, man. There you have it. And that's all I really got today, man. It's kind of hot out here in New York. It's raining. It's humid. And it's good news. It's good news for Rittenhouse. Again, I have not seen. Oh, you know what? There is more. I'm so sorry. Right? There is more. Before you go, let's stay here for a second. I failed to read the New York Post article that has more. Yeah. All right. We're gonna be here for a while. All right. So come on back. Don't leave. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. All right, we're all still here, right? So let's read this article. This is really good. All right. I forgot about this one because I jumped right to the Zero Hedge article. Newly emerging video and photos apparently shows one of alleged Kenosha, Wisconsin shooter Kyle Rittenhouse's victim holding a handgun during the encounter. We've seen that. We've seen that many times. The kid that got shot in the arm, the third kid that got shot in the arm, had a Glock in his hand. There's plenty of video of that. There's plenty of up-close photographs zoomed in, and you see the gun in the kid's hand. So for Kyle Rittenhouse to fire on a guy that's on top of him or chasing him with a gun is self-defense. The other guy who I hope these knuckleheads, I've been saying it all along, that the skateboard is a weapon. The skateboard is a deadly weapon. It's right up there with a baseball bat. Maybe not up there with a knife or a gun, but it's certainly a deadly weapon. You want to get whacked in the head while you're on the floor, whacked in the head with a skateboard? Okay, it's a deadly weapon. In footage, Rittenhouse, 17 years old, can be seen allegedly shooting his third and only survivor with the handgun, right? So there's very specific details about the first part of the attack, where Rittenhouse is attacked by the gas station. Prosecutors say Rittenhouse shot Grosskreutz, 26, shortly after fatally gunning down Joseph Rosenbaum, 36. So 26-year-old Grosskreutz, two Jews, or maybe a German, I don't know. 26, shortly after fatally, so Grosskreutz is the skateboard attacker, and Rosenbaum is the crazy guy. Shoot me, nigga! Why don't you shoot me? Why don't you shoot me? Crazy guy initially, who tried to pull the gun out of Kyle's hands, right? And Anthony Huber, 26. Do I got that right? Anthony Huber, 26. Which one is Huber? Which one is Huber? I'm not really sure. So he shot. Yeah. So who? Yeah, Anthony Huber is the one with the handgun. No. Grosskreutz is the one with the fucking handgun, and Huber, 26. He's the skateboard attacker. Whatever. The teen shooting suspect was charged with 6 criminal counts, including first-degree intentional homicide. What's up, everybody in the chat? Sorry if I'm struggling a little bit. It's just I'm a little behind the weather right now. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for not being a dick and not calling me an idiot and a jack off. And Conte doesn't know what he's talking about. Conte's high on something. He's fucking slow and he's drinking his. Let me drink my water. It's good, man. Good water. According to Rittenhouse's, the teen shooting suspect was charged with 6 counts. According to Rittenhouse's criminal complaint filed Thursday in Kenosha County Circuit Court, an unarmed Rosenbaum had followed Rittenhouse. This is where it gets good. So Rosenbaum, he's the psycho that said, "Shoot me, nigga," had followed Rittenhouse into a used car lot, and a Daily Caller reporter identified as Richard McGinnis was trailing behind them. We saw the interview with McGinnis. I played it yesterday. Played the whole thing. He gave his testimony to Crystal Ball at the Hill. At the lot, Rosenberg attempted to throw a plastic bag at Rittenhouse. Okay, he threw something at him. And McGinnis, who witnessed the incident, told authorities that Rosenbaum tried to grab Rittenhouse's Smith & Wesson AR-15 style .223 rifle before he was shot. So a third party, McGinnis, a respected journalist for the Hill, not for the Hill, for the Daily Caller, testifies that the kid Rosenbaum threw something at Rittenhouse and then tried to grab the gun out of his hand. What happens if you try to grab the gun out of a cop's hand? Are you even going to get that close before they shoot you and riddle you with bullets? They empty the fucking gun on you. How many videos have you seen of the police holding the gun, saying, "Drop the weapon"? The guy gets a little closer and they unload the gun on him. So why is it any different when a law-abiding citizen is protecting his life and somebody tries to grab the nozzle of the gun, all right? After he say, "Why don't you shoot me, nigga? Why don't you shoot me?" And it chases him. Already a threat. McGinnis said that Rosenbaum definitely made a motion that he was trying to grab the barrel of the gun. McGinnis stated that the defendant pulled it away and then raised it. So he didn't initially shoot him. He pulled the nozzle away and then he didn't initially shoot him. McGinnis stated that right as they came together, the defendant fired. So right there, right? Somebody tries to pull a gun out of your hand, you pull it away, and you feel like your life is in danger. Was Rosenbaum armed? No, but he tried. What happens if the guy tries to pull a gun out of your hand? Then he's armed. You have to wait for him to pull a gun out of your hand and then shoot him. Now you can't shoot him. You get shot. It doesn't make sense. What is the function of the gun? The function of the gun is to say, "Stay away from me, man. I'm armed and prepared to use deadly force. Get the fuck away from me." Court documents say that McGinnis, who had been interviewing Rittenhouse before the shooting, attempted to render aid to Rosenbaum. So that would indicate that maybe the guy was shot already. I don't know. Maybe other shots fired out, but this is where the ballistics come in. They're going to know how many bullets are in this Rosenbaum guy, the psychopath that asked to be shot. How many different guns shot him? Now, Rittenhouse is kind of on the record. In fact, he called the police to say that he fired on the guy. So the notion that he didn't shoot the first attacker is kind of off the table at this point. We have eyewitness testimony. The defense here is self-defense. That is the argument. Not did he shoot him, didn't he shoot him? Can you prove that he shot him? Didn't he shoot him? No, he shot him on his own admission. That's almost a confession when you call 911 and say, "I just killed a man." So Rosenbaum was shot in the. So here's interesting too. We think that Rosenbaum, the psycho on the floor that got shot and killed, was shot in the head, but it turns out he wasn't. The shot in the head just grazed him. Rosenbaum was shot in the right groin, back, and left hand. That's 3. According to the complaint, which said he also suffered a superficial gunshot wound to his left thigh. That's 4. And a grazed wound to his right head, right side of his forehead. That's 5 shots. Were all those shots fired by Rittenhouse at close range? Ballistics will show that, and I don't think the kid has any problem testifying what actually happened. Right? So then Rittenhouse ran down a crowded street in Kenosha, and that's when the young reporter said that's when Rittenhouse didn't realize that this whole gang was about to chase him and try to kill him. Remember when he said it in the interview? He said it yesterday. Watch the video. One person can be heard saying, "Beat him up," as another is heard shouting, "Hey, he shot him." Video footage shows. The complainant says, "Get him. Get that dude." A person can be heard saying. So Rittenhouse, what does he do? He turns around, still has his gun, and runs. He turns around, he runs down the street, and that's when he's, followed and attacked by a mob of, 10, 15 people, six of which were very, very in very close range. Then a male in a light colored top runs towards the defendant, appears to swing at the defendant with his right arm. Okay, so that's where the video picks up what we've seen. Somebody swings at him, tries to punch him in the head. The swing makes contact with the defendant, knocks his hat off. The defendant continues to run northbound, the complaint says, moments later. All right, so that's new evidence that this McGinnis guy, right, who was right there, who's a video director for the Daily Caller, but didn't have his video running at the time. What the fuck is that all about? Don't you whip out your cell phone and video? You're a fucking video guy. How did you miss that? How did you miss the first exchange is what I want to know. Because this guy got outstanding footage of the second part of it. But how come his team didn't get that first part of it? I don't know, man. But anyway, so the defendant's roles toward this is just descriptive of what we've already seen in the video. You want to watch it again? This says it all. So there's another minute of our lives. All right, so it's describing this scene right here. Guy takes a swipe at his head, confirmed. Does it knock him down? No, but he punched his head. Did his hat fall off? So he's running with a hat. Let's see if he knocks his hat off. All right, there's his hat. That's confirmed. The hat on the ground. Whoa, you talk about a souvenir, right? You talk about a souvenir. There's Kyle's hat right there. You see that? There's the hat. Oh, man, you fucking love to get that hat. Did anybody pick up the hat? No, they ran right over it. You just ran over a $20,000 hat that could be hocked on eBay. Because that's what I would be doing, man. I'd fucking sell that. Finders keepers, man. You want this hat? I'd love to submit the hat as evidence, but you know what, man? 10 grand. That's what I'd be doing, man. So that's confirmed, right? He knocked his hat off. And at that point, why he stumbles, what caused him to stumble? Fear. He turned. Did somebody make contact? He just stumbled. Boom. All right, so he fires on that kid. That guy got away with his life, right? He fired on that kid. This kid that swatted him in the head with the skateboard, he's the one he's the one who died. Second one got a Glock in his hand. Rittenhouse sees the gun. Boom, he shoots his fucking hand off, right? So that's some good shit, man. Some good stuff going on, man. Good stuff, man. Some music on, man. I need some music. So thank you everybody for joining me. I think that covers it. I think we put a lot of new details on the record, man. So thank you everybody for joining me. Thanks, Conte, reporting. He's in the chat. It's live. Who the fuck is in the chat? 4T Week K20, Angela Daniels, Brandon McNally, Church Maximus Chicken. A lot of new names. Thank you guys. I'm Marcus Conte. Thanks for coming by, man. This is what we do here, man. We do here. Don't become a dick when I disagree with you later, which is inevitable. That's the state of this business, right? I don't even call it business. This labor of love. What happens is people love you when you're covering and talking about the things that they're interested in, and then suddenly you continue on with the truth, but it's not their truth, and then they condemn you. I'm gonna fucking unsubscribe, Conte. No, Conte, you're supposed to talk about all the things that I love and agree with me 100%. And the second you disagree with me, I'm gonna tell everybody to unsubscribe and call you a cocksucker and a dick and a larper. So don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Gitmo Holidays here. Everybody's here. And thank you, Vinny DiMartini. Sterling Price is in the house also. Those are the two wrenches. If you're a dick in the chat, it's just, there's no other way to explain it other than you are a dick. You got cut off. So thank you very much.